Hey folks, Stay Hicker from the Six here, coming to you from Middlebury, Indiana. I've driven the 6 hours down here to the Grand Design factory to show you the Grand Design Serenovas. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Serenova 150HL, and this trailer has a couple of claims to fame. Number one, on the outside, we have a fully independent spring and shock suspension. We have anti-lock brakes and anti-sway built right in to give you a really comfortable, smooth towing experience. And then on the inside, we have a really unique interior that's got more of a Class B vibe than a travel trailer vibe. And it's got a really unique folding bed couch that gives you a great place to watch TV, to eat, and gives you an almost queen-size bed at the same time. All of this in a really compact package. Of course, we also have a dry bath and a very spacious bathroom as well. So you're looking at a very luxurious experience. These trailers are a little bit heavier than what we typically look at, but I think they're really unique and they're worth a look at. So we're gonna do our usual. We're going to take a look outside, then we'll give you a look at that really unique interior. We'll look at my pros and cons. Let's get started. And we're gonna start our outside walkthrough on the nose of the Serenova 150HL. And of course, we're gonna start with the most prominent feature of this trailer, which is the windshield. So you have a huge panoramic windshield at the front of this trailer. On this trailer, this is where the couch is located, and also where your bed is, so you're just gonna have a beautiful view as you're enjoying that living space inside of the trailer. We do have a power tongue jack, and as you can see, it's locking, so only people who you want to be able to use it can use it. That's a nice feature. We have dual 20-pound propane tanks behind the cover. I'll give you a look at that with the cover off. It's very easy to take off, but not with a camera in your hand. And you can see that we have our brake, emergency brake there, disconnector, and we have an aluminum chassis. And the way they've designed this cover for the propane tanks, it is possible to install weight distribution. These are fairly heavy trailers, so you're definitely probably going to want weight distribution, so I'm glad that they made that design choice. And you can see that we have a fiberglass cap on this trailer as well, so very nice quality front end to the trailer for sure. And we do have large stabilizers on all 4 corners. And then coming around to the utility side, and you can see that we have our Dexter tow assist here. And that means that we have sway control electronically built into the trailer with anti-lock brakes, along with that incredible independent suspension. And I'll give you a look at that. Really robust looking suspension, gonna give you a smooth ride and probably also give you some long lasting performance. We have a small storage area, and this is also where our water and our electrical controls are. So you can see we have our outdoor shower here. We have the pulls for the black and the gray tanks, and we do have a 120 volt outlet as well, and city water connection. We have our satellite and cable hookups as well. And then turning around to the other side, we have the disconnect for the battery, we have the disconnect for the solar, and we have a 30 amp solar charge controller. And a nice feature is a light which you can turn on when you're working on these things in the dark, so you can see what you're doing. Gotta love that. And of course, this magnetic hold is a really nice feature, and just a slam latch. So very, again, more like a Class B or a Class A than like a towable. So we do have a slide out on this model, and we're just gonna go around it, and I'll show you what's in the slide out when we get inside. We do have a furnace, we have the fresh water fill, and then down below the slide out here, we have our hookup for our sewer hose, and I'll put the tank sizes up on the screen. So both your gray and your black are going to dump here from this location. Another stabilizer, and then we have the outlet for our Furrion hot water heater, and we have a 50 amp power connection. The reason for that is everything is pre-wired for up to a 3,000 watt inverter. So they've basically they've prepped this thing so you can put the absolute max solar and lithium package if you want it. If you don't want it, if you just want to go with just a normal battery, say, and no inverter, then you just use a adapter to go down to 30 amp, and you can just camp as if it were a 30 amp trailer. You can see we have above there, we have an acrylic window. Really nice feature. So all of the windows on this trailer are acrylic and awning style windows, which I think are great. I've got one on my trailer, and I really appreciate the fact that I can open it when it's raining and the rain doesn't come in. and they're very durable. We haven't had any issues with scratching or anything like that. We do have a trailer hitch. It's a 150-pound hitch. Wouldn't mind if it was a little bit heavier. And I see we also have a backup camera, and that is standard as well. Another stabilizer, and then as we come to the campsite of the Serenova 150HL, you can see that we have a propane quick disconnect so we can hook up our grill. And here you can see the nice alloy wheel that we have along with Goodyear endurance tires. So we're getting really premium features along with that independent suspension. I really appreciate that. We have two 120 volt outlets here, and then this is a spray port, and we have a solid step and nice grab handle which will fold and give you just sort of some added measure of keeping that door closed. And then we come to another storage compartment. So this is kind of your only real outside storage on this trailer. And so it's not huge, but it's definitely big enough to store your electrical cables and maybe your wheel chocks and that kind of thing, so that you can keep your outside stuff outside where it belongs. One thing I wish is that we had an exterior storage compartment that I could put a barbecue in. So I think you're going to be keeping your barbecue in the tow vehicle with this particular trailer. We have our last stabilizer here. And heading up top, we have an awning covering the doorway and a traditional membrane style roof along with a 200-watt solar panel. And let's head inside the 150HL. So giving you the lay of the land, on the right, we have our sofa, which converts into our main bed. We also have overhead storage above it. And then in the slide out, we have the fridge. We have a little bit of the kitchen, the microwave, plenty of storage, and you can see that it creates a huge amount of open space in this trailer. And then to the left of the door, you have your TV, your entertainment center, some more storage, drawers, small overhead cabinet. And then as we head to the back of the trailer, you have your kitchen, the rest of your kitchen at least, right at the back with a nice window. And then we have in the back corner a dry bath. But we are going to start with that sofa at the front of the trailer. First, I'm just going to close the door. There's a lot of traffic and action around here. So as we head to the very front, just in front of the sofa, you have a nice shelf with 120 volt plugs and also USB plugs. So this is going to be a great place to put your phones, put your gear. If you have a CPAP machine, you have plenty of space to plug it in and to place it on the shelf right beside the bed. We do have some more storage on either side of the bed, and just give you a look at that. So a nice place for your knickknacks and what have you, and you have that on both sides as well, along with cup holders. And then below the sofa, we actually have two things. So we have the table, and the table is just stored right underneath the couch, just like that. So obviously you can pull that out and set that up, and this basically functions as your dinette, which is great. You've got a couch to sit on, you've got the table, and then right across from where you're sitting, and I'm just going to sit down on the couch, you have the TV. So let me just set up the table, and then I'll show you how to pull it down as a bed as well. And there we are set up with the table. So plenty of space for eating. Definitely 3 people are going to be fine there. And if you grabbed a couple of loose chairs, you could probably have a nice card game with 5 or 6, because there is a lot of open floor space on this trailer. Just for such a small trailer, it's incredible how spacious it feels in here. All right, and there's the bed set up. Great spot to lie down. If you want to lie down and watch TV, you can. If you want to sit on the couch, you can watch TV, you can. I just laid down on it and gave it a try. It's quite comfortable, very spacious. I will put the actual size of the bed up on the screen. And now we're going to set this back up as a couch, and we'll take a look at the rest of the trailer. But really love the design of this, and I also love the fact that even with this open, you're still going to be able to get at your drawers here on the left. You'll still be able to get in and out of the trailer on the right. So I think they've really put a lot of thought into this. We're back up as a couch, which was just the reverse process of putting it up. Just one little latch that you have to pull to release the bed. And I was talking to the marketing manager, so they are, it already works very well, but they're actually going to put stronger gas struts on it too, so that it kind of assists you even more than it does already. So I think that's a neat feature as they learn, as this is a prototype unit, so you may see some slight variations between the production models and this one. Now you'll see that we also have more 120 volt outlets and USB outlets, so you're going to be able to put either a CPAP or your phone here as well. So you have them at the front window and on both sides of the bed here as well. So that's nice. We have ducted heating. Before we head over to the slide out there, we should take a look at this entertainment area. So you do have a couple more drawers. So love that. It's amazing how many drawers they've been able to fit into this trailer. And of course we have our TV, which we already saw. We do have 120 volt outlets. Some of our light switches are here. And we have our control panel, which controls the interior lights, the exterior lights, the water pump, and also the tank heaters. So there's both the fresh and the gray tank are heated on this trailer, and you have a fully enclosed underbelly, which is awesome. So, you know, you're definitely going to get a full extended 3 seasons out of this trailer for sure. And we have the entertainment system connection with the zones as well. And then up above, we have more overhead storage. So a nice area to store all of your entertainment gear, and also potentially to store some of your other stuff as well. And just before we move on, I want to show you that we do have drawers underneath the sofa as well. So a little bit of additional storage in addition to the large amount of storage that I'm going to show you. And so if we swing around to the across from the door, you'll see that we have our slide out. And in the slide out is just a tremendous amount of storage. So we'll start here. We've got a nice large cabinet, and then we have drawers below that. And they're quite deep as well, as you can see. And we've got 3 drawers. And there you see the induction cooktop. And we have a pantry, and my wife would just love this because this is one of her favorite features in RVs, and gotta love the pull-out pantry. So great way to use all of that space for sure. Beside that, we have the refrigerator, and this is a double door plus a pull-out freezer, and I'll show you the fridge first. There you go. So we have adjustable shelves on the doors, so you can move those to wherever you want. Nice vegetable drawer. And this is a 12 volt fridge, so these trailers are very electrical focused. So you're probably, from your dealer, you're going to want to upgrade to a lithium battery and get yourself some real power. You do have a 200 watt solar panel on the roof though, and you can upgrade that to 600. Just close that. And we'll show you the freezer as well. So you have a nice shelf up top, and then a large area in the bottom. It's nice and cold in there. It's a very hot spring day here in Indiana, and I have turned off the AC so that you guys can hear me, but boy, it's hot in this trailer right now. So there's our microwave, which is a convection microwave with air fryer. And then we have our kitchen area. So essentially you've got a shelf where you could put spices, or you could put any of your kitchen gear. You've got 2 sets of 120 volt plugs, and then your induction cooktop would go right here. So again, this is a prototype. On the real one, it will actually be built in, and I'll show you a picture from the other Serenova that we're looking at today, just so you get a sense of what it would look like. And you have a nice window here as well, just to see out while you're working on your stove. Underneath the microwave, there is yet another drawer. So lots of places to put your items and your gear in this trailer for sure. Now we head over to the kitchen, and we do have a nice little bungee style shelf underneath the sink here. And actually that's not a bungee, it's actually a solid piece of metal, black metal that goes across, which is a nice segue into the black pull down faucet, and you get a black stainless steel sink as well. So everything stays in that theme. They've really done a nice job on decor in this trailer. Up above we have storage, so we have overhead storage here. They're not the deepest cabinets because they have that sort of curved shape to them, but decent amount of space in here. You're not going to be able to store your dinner plates up here though. I don't think it's deep enough for that. So we'll close those up, and you have plenty of counter space, plenty of prep space, and we do have a little bit more storage here down below, and we'll just give you a look at that. And there you go. So you're going to be able to put your pots and pans in there. and plenty of space for all your kitchen gadgets and so forth. So I love the amount of storage that you're getting in this trailer, especially given the amount of open floor space that we have. Now, the reason we have all that open floor space is because the bathroom is in the back corner, and that frees up the middle of the trailer. And I'm just going to swing the camera around before we go in the bathroom and just give you a look at all of that floor space. So with the slide out, you've got a ton of space. And I believe you can still access the bathroom even with the slide out in, although I'll have to test that just to be sure. I'll put it up on the screen whether it allowed me to get in or not. All right, let's take a look inside the bathroom. So we'll start with the door. So it's a barn style door. It doesn't take up any space either in the trailer or in the bathroom. And you can see it just slides across, so you can have plenty of privacy when you're using the bathroom. And you can see there's a lot of light in that bathroom too, because we have a skylight in the shower. And I'll test the shower in a second, but right now I just want to show it to you. So again, we have the black plumbing with the faucet and the shower head, and beautiful enclosed shower, dry bath. Gotta love that in a trailer of this size. I love the way the toilet is angled at a 45-degree angle. It's going to mean you're going to have a lot more elbow room on either side, but we'll test that in a moment. And in this trailer, you do have a separate sink for the bathroom, and it's not the pull-down variety. It's actually built into a vanity. And we do have nice storage shelves, as you can see that we have storage shelves here, and hello, you have a large medicine cabinet in here as well. Nice feature with the lighting as well up here. I like the way that's done. So I've kicked off my shoes, and so it is a bit of a step up, but I think with this skylight, with the skylight, we've got a good 4 or 5 inches here. So I'm exactly 6 feet tall, so 6'5", you're going to be fine. There's a decent amount of elbow room. It's a little bit tight. They've gone with this sort of pocket shower door. They work great and they don't take up any space. I wouldn't mind a regular shower curtain just because it gives you the ability to have a little bit more elbow room, and you could also put a curtain rod that's a little bit wider. But I mean, hey, it's a dry bath in a small trailer. We gotta love that. And as far as the toilet goes, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see me, but I'm sitting on the toilet. There's not going to be any issues with closing the door, and plenty of elbow room on both sides, just as I expected. So we're giving this bathroom 2 thumbs up for sure. So we should talk about ventilation and heating and cooling in this trailer. So of course we do have a furnace. We also have a roof-mounted air conditioner, and it's been reasonably quiet. I've been running it off and on while I've been filming. And we also have a max air fan here up at the front, right beside the kitchen, which is great. So this would also be your exhaust fan for cooking. And I don't know if I showed it when I went through the bathroom, so I'm going to show it again if I did. And there is an exhaust fan in the bathroom as well. So plenty of ventilation, and keep in mind that virtually every window in the trailer, with the exception of the windshield, opens, so you're going to get plenty of ventilation. Use that max air fan. And of course you have the air conditioning if you need it. Let's talk price. The MSRP of the Serenova 150HL is $65,239 US as of July 2025. Next up is pros and cons, and as always, we'll start with the pros. First up, I love the interior spaciousness that this floor plan provides. The slide, along with the rear bath, really open up the interior and make the trailer feel a lot larger than its 19-foot length would suggest. My second pro is outside, and it's the standard ABS and sway control. It's not a feature you can really see, but it does mean safer towing, and it's something that I'd love to see offered on all trailers. For my third pro, we'll head back inside, and it has to be the amount of interior storage. There are drawers and overhead cabinets everywhere in this trailer, to the point that you might have difficulty filling them all. Storage also segues nicely into my first con, which is the lack of outside storage. With just the one small compartment, it means items like the barbecue will have to go in the tow vehicle or inside the trailer. My second con is the membrane style roof. I'd love to see it made from fiberglass, both for ease of maintenance and added durability. My final con is weight. The unloaded weight of 4,650 pounds is quite high for a trailer of this size, and combined with the tongue weight of 865 pounds, will eliminate a lot of vehicles from being able to tow this trailer. Overall, I find the Grand Design Serenova 150HL a compelling couples option for people who want tons of interior storage and lots of open space in a small footprint. While filming, an owner of a huge fifth wheel pulled into the campsite beside me, and even they were amazed at the spaciousness of this floor plan. So if you own a vehicle that can manage the heavy tongue and unloaded weights, the Grand Design Serenova 150HL is definitely worth a look. If you'd like to see another similar couples trailer, click the link on the screen. Thanks for watching, and take care.